As Kenyans are busy applying their brains to forging Form 34As, yeah, and trying to fool the whole country, trying to force a leader on the vast majority of the population of the country, and spying on their own citizens, and setting up elaborate equipment to spy on social media. You know, that's where Kenyans are applying all their funds and development and their brains. The rest of the world is not standing still. Yeah. Now in this recording, I will show you something totally amazing that is happening, and that is a sign of the times. This is something that's going to be very useful for us, especially those of us who will be in the People's Republic of Kenya, right? Now, you imagine a situation whereby you decide to take off early from job on a Friday. Yeah, you want to go up country to your shags, to your gishagi, or to Ingo, depending on which side of the country you come from. And then when you come back on Monday morning, there's a skyscraper right in front of your house, 15 stories. Yep, it's not a dream, it actually happens. Now, Chinese technology is just fascinating. There's a lot of bad things people say about Chinese. There's a lot of, Chinese are cheap stuff, nini, and so on and so forth. And by the way, when people are saying this, that smartphone you're using to view this particular video, whether you want it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you're in denial, almost 90% of the parts are made in China. Now, this is the Ark Hotel in China, in a place called Changsha. Changsha? Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, it's a 15-story broad, high-story building. Yeah, it was done in 48, not weeks, hours. 48 hours, 24 hours marambili, yani 2 days, this thing was done. Don't believe it? Well, you can see there are quite a number of cranes. 1, 2, 3, 4, I can see 5 cranes on site. Yeah, and those are workers putting it all together. Yeah, this is actually based on the technology of prefabrication. Yeah, for 15 floors. Na hii kitu ijaanguka. It was built 2015. We are now in 2017. It's almost the end of 2015. It's still there. Yeah. Now, twende kazi. Let's actually see the building coming up. Yeah. Of course, the camera speed has been greatly speeded up, but you can actually see the building coming up story by story. I believe they were doing 3 stories or 2 stories. There were 2 days. 15 floors, so they were doing, gosh, 7-8 floors per day. Yeah, you can now see the structure is more or less complete. Yeah, you notice the cranes are taken on-site and off-site. Now it's night time, I believe night time. You notice the cranes are taken off-site, on-site, yeah, as they are required. I think we have a building there now. Done. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? Now let's take a few seconds, minutes to look into the magic behind this. Yeah, this is the work of a company called Broad Sustainable. Yeah, it's a Chinese company registered in 2009. They specialize in quick, efficient construction, mainly based on prefabrication. Yeah. So what happens is that they've been perfecting and creating interlocking pre-made pieces, yeah, which are done off-site, and then when they're brought on-site, it's more or less snapping them into like a jigsaw puzzle, and it's more or less assembly rather than construction. Yeah, they just moved on-site and locked into place, locked into position until the entire building is complete. 48 hours. Now, business-wise, anybody who's in the construction business or is in the development business will just start salivating, yeah? Because you can imagine you want to put up a project. You go into a bank, borrow the money, yeah, they approve the loan and so on, and before the ink dries on the loan agreement, you're already collecting rent. Now, I know a lot of you out there do not like the Chinese because they have helped some people really mess up our country. But hold your horses. The Chinese are businessmen, yeah? They will do business according to the client they're dealing with, yeah? And if you go to a neighboring country called Rwanda, that man called Kagame, yeah, no matter what you say about him, has learned how to deal with the Chinese, yeah? The projects the Chinese are doing in Rwanda, hakuna kitu kidogo, clean, yeah? So it can be done. The only problem with the Chinese is that they jealously protect and hide their technology. They don't like passing on their technology and know-how, yeah? But, well, that's a small price to pay, because what you need is the job done. And anyway, I would not like this technology transferred to a Kenyan to do for me, for very obvious reason. The building will collapse. Because utapatia Mkenya, he'll look for a corner, he'll cut a corner somewhere, maybe get substandard steel, ndo apate 10%, you know? And then it'll spoil everything, yeah? If you get my meaning. Very sad that I have to say that about my own countrymen. Lakini ni ukweli mtupu. It's just true, yeah? Anyway, this is one of the amazing things. These guys have taken the construction world by storm, yeah? They put up another building, which was 58 floors, I believe, which is almost one and a half, the height of KICC, one of our tallest building, or Times Towers, that times 1.5, yeah? And it took them about 19 days, less than a month, to complete the entire building. Wow. And these buildings are going nowhere. They're not collapsing tomorrow. The Ark Hotel was built in 2015, still solid, still there, yeah, and it's there to stay. Yeah, so there's no collapse, because it was built quickly, it will collapse. Now, I know people in the construction industry will start saying, oh, you know, you need the slab alone needs 45 days to dry. You know, the slab between floors, it needs, is it 45 days? At least 45 to 2 months to dry, yeah? And that's what normally slows down sometimes this high-rise building, yeah? But hey, these are prefabs. Everything is done off-site, it's ready. So as soon as when the construction starts, you just transfer things on-site. Yeah, so mambo ya slab kukauka is not there. So Kenyans, endeleeni tu kwa usigizi yenyu, forging from 34 years, figuring out ways of fooling the ICC. Yeah, that is your international reputation. The rest of the world is not waiting for you. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.